Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I was waiting until some of the drama on the YouTube streets was completed so that I could, come live and share some more um, interesting and educational information with you. But maybe everybody is asleep and tired, but I'm going to go on with it and you all can catch the replay. Um, as you can see, what I said in the thumbnail regarding Queen Charlotte, they called her Queen Charlotte. Um, really, her full name was Sophia, Sophia Charlotte of England. And she was married to King George III. And she was also mother to King George IV and grandmother of Queen Victoria via her son, um, Prince William. No, yeah, Prince William the Fourth. But the information that we have that is that has been verified, and I have to tell you, I came to this to this information via when Meghan Markle married Prince Harry, and everyone was saying that, oh, she's the first black person in the royal family. And I knew that wasn't true, so I did some more research. And of course, I was engaged in a Twitter war, a social media war, a comment section under newspaper war. But the research that had been done by others proved my point. And what they had done earlier was go back and look at the early portraits that had not been, quote, whitewashed. Everyone knew, her contemporaries, everyone knew that she was a black woman, and they had no problem with it. But later on, the royal family, nah, gotta say some of them had a problem with it. But, she was a fair skinned black woman. Her features, her features are what proved it. But there was more because if you do her genealogy, which some very expert witness researchers have done, she was directly descended from Margarita de Castro y Sousa, a black branch of the Portuguese royal house. And as the mother, she had a direct influence on the abolition, you know, and abolishing slavery in the entire British Empire. Now that's something. And her cousin, there's photographs of her with her cousin, and her name was, I think it was, I forget now, her last name was Lindsay. And she was the grandniece of the judge who also ruled that slavery should be abolished in the British Empire. Now, it's amazing how this has been downplayed, so to speak, because that means every royal that descended from her. They have they have black in them and they're mixed. Okay, I think they attempted to get the black out, so to speak, and for features and that sort of thing. But Queen Victoria was her granddaughter, one of their greatest queens. And so when we refer to ourselves now as, queens and kings, that's on the real tip. That's on the real tip. And I think that with Meghan Markle, it was more difficult because the contemporaries during this time did not know about it. And as I said, later on, they began to whitewash the portraits of her. But the Flemish, and that's who did the original um, portraits of her, they loved her beauty. But in the link below, there are two links. The main one you should look at because they have an extraordinary amount of credibility. The main one you should look at is the PBS Frontline story about Queen Charlotte. And they pull no punches. They say she's black, her Negroid features, etc. And they go all the way through it and all the way, you know, dissecting imaginable, every imaginable question or doubt that is placed for it. And so when you look at this, now her birth date was, she was born in 1738 in Portugal, and she died in 1820. And she had a remarkable reign, but she more or less is the mother of the current royal lineage. There's no doubt about it. And I think when you look at her, she looks like, I'd say, a lot of fair, light skinned black people look, with the golden, got a kind of goldish color hair and the little light colored eyes, but she's got the Negroid or Africanized nose and mouth. And I think that this is something that everyone will find amazing because we need to know our culture, we need to know our history, and we need to really understand that we are part of the royal family, that we are kings and queens. And that's not how we were raised. We were raised to believe that we were less than. But when you look at the fact that Queen Charlotte, who was Queen of the UK at the time, and her cousins, all the black people involved, Google Queen Charlotte. And I think on the PBS page, they have a photograph or a portrait of her with her darker skinned cousin, Miss Lindsay. So when people try to make you feel that you have, no history or nothing to do with this world as far as the greatness of it, you can always point to this. Now, this is something that you should share with your children as well, because we are responsible for the knowledge that our children get regarding Black people, because there is not much of that being put into the schools, into the history books, and so on. But this is real, and this is something that we should all, pass on, and we should be very proud of it. And we should not allow anyone. I can't understand how Meghan Markle was treated so badly. So that's all I wanted to share with you, everyone, today. I know it's late. I know everybody's tired. And please enjoy the replay. And as I said, share it with your children. and your friends so that we, have the knowledge again as to whom we really are. Good night or good morning.